guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos ranging from 12 down to 1 year. I wanted to do a video on something that I get asked quite a bit, especially around this time, like holiday, Christmas time. How do you afford 7 kids? What we do as a large family to save money, to make things more manageable, to kind of just stay on top of things money-wise. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 things that I thought were the most relevant as it relates to saving money with a large family. This does not only apply to a large family. You can apply these things to however many kids you have, no matter your financial circumstance. These are just things that I feel like help us the most when it comes to a lot of kids, and primarily around the holidays, around the times where you're just birthdays, etc., where you're just buying. Okay, my first thing that I do, I only shop for things that are on discount, unless you're talking about a gift card or something like that. I only shop when it is either on sale or I can use a coupon. I am notorious for going online, doing my online shopping, and I always, and I've done this for 10 plus years. I go to retailmenot.com. I will put the link down below in case you haven't heard of them. Retailmenot.com. Now, they have coupon codes galore for pretty much anything, unless it's like a local store, obviously. Pretty much anything that you buy online or stores that you can buy online, there is a coupon code. Now, with that being said, sometimes they are not valid. Sometimes there's, old coupon codes. Sometimes there's ones that don't work. But you can tell which ones are the ones, and it says how many people have used it, recently or in the last 24 hours or whatever. I always, without fail, it's like an instinct. I always go to that website every time I am purchasing something online to see if there is a coupon that I missed that is out there somewhere in the web, or it had a promo code, a discount code, anything like that. Places like Shutterfly, when I'm doing my Christmas cards, I always look on there, because sometimes they might not have something on their, a coupon code on their website, but there is a coupon code out there. And sometimes it's even like a referral from somebody else. I'm fine with that. If it saves me money, like, that's okay. So I always go there when I am shopping online. Also, take advantage if you have Southwest points, if you have cashback rewards, if you use Rakuten. I will leave their website down below. I don't have a referral code or anything like that, I don't think. If I do, I'll put it down there, but I don't think so. I don't usually look for theirs just automatically on their website, but I do try, and when I'm thinking about it, I do try it, and I added it to my little Chrome browser so that anytime I go into a website on my laptop, which isn't hugely beneficial because I do a lot of my shopping on my phone, it will pop up saying that you can earn this percentage back shopping at this store. So, but I did try that like for Target, and like the toys department was excluded. So that was kind of a bummer, because that's a big part of why I shop at Target. So Rakuten, getting any of those cashback things, I always take advantage of that. So pretty much if there is something that I need anywhere, let's say I'm not a member, an online member, I will go and sign up for the emails so that I can get, my percentage off if they don't have my email on file. So that is one thing that across the board, I do, no matter what. It needs to be a sale, or it needs to be something that I can use a coupon for, unless it's something that I need like soon, or I need now, that I know is not going to have a coupon for it, then I'll go ahead and buy it. But other than that, only coupons, only sales. Um, I do not buy expensive shoes for my kids unless they are older. I will get them more name brand shoes. But when they are like toddler and younger elementary, no. I do Target, I do Payless. If it's like, if I know they're going to outgrow it in 2 seconds, I will do Walmart, but they do not last. Payless has online shopping. I will do Payless. They are great quality and they last at a good price. But as far as like name brand shoes, my older kids will get those because they use it more frequently and they are, yes, their feet are growing, but it's not like the younger kids where it seems like every 2 seconds they're growing. My older kids are a little bit more stable in their size for the most part, and they can wear them a little bit longer. And so get them again on sale. I will not pay $100 for their pairs of shoes. I won't do it. Okay, when I coordinate outfits, you will see, if you have been around here for any time, you will see, and you will know, well, you won't see, but you'll know that I coordinate outfits for pretty much everything. It just gives me joy. Coordinate for holidays. I coordinate for birthdays. I coordinate for any event that we are going to that is kind of out of the ordinary. For example, my sister had a dog party for her, a birthday party for her dog. And I go with the color scheme. So that is what I have kind of trained myself to do. You know, when I had 1 or 2, 3 kids, I would buy everything, you know, as far as Christmas related, I would buy everything Christmassy with the snowflakes and the Santas and the reindeer and all of that. So I have a lot of stuff that I have saved up, but I, now for my older kids, sometimes my 12-year-old, so that he can kind of reuse things, I will just get colors. So I have found that on a lot of times, whether you're doing a birthday party or whether you're doing a holiday, I will coordinate colors as opposed to characters, if you will. So for example, my daughter had a My Little Pony birthday this past month, and I coordinated the colors pink and blue. And so the boys wore blue and the girls wore pink. And that way I reuse the clothes that I have. I can reuse them for later birthdays or days or just everyday wear. It's not fancy. They're like t-shirts, or reuse those things. So whereas before I used to say, okay, we're having a Batman party. Okay, so I need to get all the boys Batman shirts and I need to get all the girls Batgirl shirts and I need them all, all of that. Well, then they only wore it once and then I couldn't use those outfits as coordinating outfits again. If all this makes sense, I hope so. I know I'm not the only crazy one that coordinates outfits with a large family. So I do that. On the topic of clothes, obviously my kids do hand-me-downs. It is just a no-brainer. When my first and second were born, it was a boy and a girl. So I had one of each, and I bought everything under the sun for them. I go through my boys' clothes, my 12-year-old's clothes, when I go through my pile and go through my boxes and organize those. I have duplicate outfits. Like, that's how much I bought. I would go to Carter's and just buy, because it was my first boy, my first girl. I didn't have anything. Of course, you've got to, set the bar high, right? So I use those, obviously, for my kids down the line. And they have no problem with it because this is what they're used to. And to them, these are new clothes, okay? They are not like worn, beat up clothes. They are in good condition clothes, but they're new to them. So sometimes people frown upon hand-me-downs. That's what we use. And it works perfect because it saves a lot of money. And I will use the cute dresses and the, frilly frou-frou shirts for pictures, but not as being practical and reusing them, So hand-me-downs obviously is a no-brainer when you have 7 kids, even if you have less kids than that. Hand-me-downs are no-brainers. I also have wonderful friends that hand down their clothes to me as well. I have some wonderful friends that give me their girls' clothes after they have outgrown it, and I swear I have not bought any girls' clothes in so long. So if you have friends that also are trying to get rid of their clothes. Take advantage of that. Anyway, okay. I, as far as food is related, my kids do not eat like crazy, crazy, crazy all day long. They just don't. I have my older two snack more than the others probably, but I do not. They are not. None of my kids are like huge, huge eaters. Where my preteens eat like teenagers. They don't. So eventually, I'm sure they will, but for right now, no. So I don't need like to stock my pantry full of things, because let me tell you what that does. It makes it available to them, and then they raid the pantry and it's all gone because they're bored and they eat. I don't want that to happen. So, along with snacks, my dinners, especially the pasta dinners, I try and double those as most I can. And I can get another meal out of that. My husband can eat it for lunch the next day. We can also eat it for dinner the next day. Pasta is great. Now, you obviously don't want to have too much of it, but pasta is great for doubling and for using as leftovers for 2 days. So, the next day. So I try and stretch my dollar as it's related to food. It's related to dinners. Anytime that I can double a recipe, I will double it. And really, you can double anything. It's just, do I have the space and do I have, the cookware to do so? So I will try and do that. And then we do leftovers, or use that on the second day as kind of like a side, an extra dish, and then have something smaller as my main dish. So I try and do that as best I can to save money on food. It's hard, when you have a lot of kids, it's hard to kind of keep up. And I find myself going to the grocery store multiple times a week because I think that I have everything. And then I forget something, or I run out of milk, because we go through a gallon of milk a day, sometimes less than a day. It's crazy. That's what I do as far as food. I just try and stretch those meals out, those dinner meals. And I don't make extravagant, I'm not a great cook. And so I don't make extravagant things. I make easy things and things that I know my kids will like, or the majority of them will like, because if I try something fancy or something different or something out of the box, they're just not going to eat it. And so I try and just do simple recipes. They're more of the meat and potatoes kind of kids anyway, and so that works. Now, if you have kids that just eat your whole pantry in a day, I don't know. Go to Costco. Okay, and finally, something that I have done a lot recently, especially with the holidays, is buying large purchases with interest-free installments. Even if it's a couple dollars in interest, I'm fine with that. And this isn't something that pulls your credit, or that impacts your credit score in any way. I'm talking about like PayPal. PayPal does for pretty much anything. Although I think some stores and some retailers do not allow you to do that, because sometimes I'll pull up PayPal and it doesn't show that option. But for Christmas, for sure. And just so that it's not so much of a huge like blow to your bank account, splitting up those purchases. So let's say I spend $400 in Christmas presents at Target. I will do the pay in 4 on PayPal, and so it'll charge $100 today, and then 2 weeks later it charges $100, $100, $100. And so all it does is kind of break it up. And so it makes it more manageable. Not that, even if you have that money in your account, it just kind of evens things out. Yes, it makes you feel like you're not spending as much, but in the end you are, obviously. But this just helps to just break it up some. Like I said, especially Christmas, especially birthdays, trips, depending on where you get, if you do hotels, things like that. Hotels are another story. I'm going to do a video on how I save with large families while traveling. But things like that, if you have a huge grocery order for a trip, And I know for sure Target does that. Usually your grocery stores will not do that, but Target you can do pay in four. Typically, I'm assuming everybody's is like that. I'm not sure. I think there's probably a max that you can do that. Like you can have X amount of, installments plans through them, but it has helped tremendously for those big purchases. We got a generator that way that we felt we needed because this past February there was a blackout, winter storm here in Texas, and not having a generator was not fun. And so we knew that that's something that we needed. And so it was a big purchase, but we did it in installments because we knew we wanted to have that. And so think of things like that when you are doing large purchase items or, semi-large purchase items, to give yourself a little bit of just breathing room for those big purchases. So 5 things that we do to save money as a large family. If you have any other recommendations or anything else that you do to save money if you have a large family, or even if you do not, let me know down below. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, I will put the 2 links for Rakuten and for Retail Me Not down below also. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Take care.